YouTube peeps and barbecue freaks. Thank you guys for stopping by. We're gonna make homemade tortillas from scratch. Got the recipe from little old Mexican lady. Ran it by my grandmother. Happens to be the exact same recipe that she uses. So I know these are gonna be good. Let's get to it. So the first thing we're gonna add is 2 cups of flour. It's just AP. Then I'm gonna add 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Next, we're going to add 1 teaspoon of salt. After the salt, we're going to add a 1/4 cup of oil. You want to make sure not to add too much. 1/4 cup of oil. And the last thing we're going to add is some, let's give this a quick little mix. Then you're going to add water, but it's got to be hot water, 2/3 of a cup. And you don't add it all at once. Put a little bit in there, mix it up. Add a little more. You can see that. Go ahead and add the last of it. And just give this a good stir until you get everything incorporated. Alright, so after you got it mixed up, it should look like this here. It's going to need a little bit more. This recipe here should make about 10 tortillas. Average size tortillas. But of course, if you want to make them bigger, it's going to just make less. So, I think this is good. So we have here. So what I'm going to do is just take out a little ball. And what I'm doing is stretching it out and then kind of tucking it underneath. As I'm stretching, pulling. Well, let me get a little more dough on this one. Flatten it out, tuck it in the bottoms, getting a little round shape before we roll it. And then we'll get to rolling it. Just gonna roll it out a little bit, turn it over, roll it the opposite way. Depending on the surface, you probably will have to drop a little more flour underneath it, but I actually don't think I really need to. So I'm going to get these rolled out to a nice little round tortilla. And then I got the comal on right now. So we'll be putting these bad boys on in just a bit. Let me get the rest of these rolled out. Alright, so I got them all rolled out. I was able to make 8 of them. So that's what I have here. I got the Kamal on medium, and we're going to move these over there and start cooking them. Alright, so my Kamal has been on for a little while. It's on a medium heat. And take that bad boy right on there. You don't want it the fire too low, because then it won't cook. It'll take too long, and you don't want it on high, because then you'll burn it up before you have a chance to cook it. So medium heat is right where you want it. And we'll let this just cook for just a bit, and then we'll flip it over on the other side. It shouldn't take too long. I don't know if you can make it out, but you can start seeing it bubble up here. Then you know it's just about time to flip. Oh yeah, look at that, that's perfect. And that was like maybe a minute, if that. So this wasn't too long at all. So I'm gonna get the rest of these made up, and then we'll get to tasting them. All right, you guys, these bad boys are done. The thing about a homemade tortilla is they're never going to be perfectly round. And so if you're looking at it and you're thinking the shape of that isn't what you're used to seeing, that's because it's homemade, and it's never supposed to be perfectly round. Now, every Mexican watching knows there's only one way to try this bad boy out, and that's with some butter. You know, as a kid, when my grandmother would be in the kitchen making these, she'd throw us a bone or a tortilla, slather it up with butter, and tell us to go play outside. Oh, all that melted butter on a warm tortilla, freshly made. Oh, this thing's gonna drip everywhere. Let's give it a taste. It's just a tortilla, a homemade flour tortilla that is perfect. It definitely takes me back. Tortilla and butter. So plain, yet so good. Anyway, that's a flour tortilla, homemade flour tortilla from scratch. And it turned out good. So, thank you guys for watching. And I will see you guys soon. Take care.